How are we doing, folks, and welcome back to another video review. I am the Tech Gooch. I am back with another review for an accessory for actually more than just the iPhone. This time, a multitude of devices. This is, well, what is called the Tornado Charger, but it's an intelligent quick charger from MGCool. I was actually sent this over to review, and this is actually pretty awesome. So I did put it back in the packaging. However, it is a dual port DC charger. It is intelligent and awesome because it basically you can charge two devices at the fastest possible charging time for those devices. It does have the what they call it's called quick charge, I think, QC charging, which is Huawei's QC standard. But basically, each one of these ports is a intelligent USB port. It can actually charge at 5 volt, 9 volt, or 12 volt, and the amperage depends on those. At 5 volt, which is what most cell phones charge at, not all, but most, it'll actually pump out 3 amps on both of them. So you can actually charge your device at the fastest rate your device is capable of charging at. It can run, I think, 12 volt at 1.5 amp. I think 9 volt you can do at 2 amps, and that's per port. So you know, most of these USB ports, if you actually find a dual port out there that says whatever it is, 3.4 amps or whichever, they're not going to pull it on both of them. It's a combined. This one will actually pull on both. So in my case, what I've actually charged is my iPhone 7 Plus and my iPad Pro on here, and both of them were charging without any hesitation at all. It is built really well. It actually has a nice aluminum body here. Plastic front, obviously, because you're putting it into a cigarette lighter, it can't be metallic. But it does have, you know, a nice set to it. Grips onto the, at least to I have Jeeps as the vehicles that I actually run. It does actually grip on pretty good. Most of them will loosen up over time, obviously, depending on how hard you push it in and how hard this is pushing out. I haven't actually had to reset it in there at all yet. But like anything, when you're bouncing down the road, you may have to push it in there. Every time you use it, I would just, you know, push it in and make sure it's in all the way. But it does work really good. I'm going to actually bring the video in so you can actually get a closer look at the actual item itself. And that way you can see all what's written on them. So, and then we'll actually take it to the car and I'll show you what it looks like plugged in. Alright, so in the packaging here, so this is the box that it was sent in. They do give you a micro USB charging cord, which I don't have anything really other than my couple small items that charge via micro USB, so I don't tend to ever use it, but that's what does come in the package. And then obviously the charger itself. And then the little instruction booklet that does give you information going over all the information on all the amperages and outputs, inputs, things like that. And, you know, everything about it, basically. Do not get it wet, things like that. But, so this is the charger here. Standard 2-port DC charging. You know, that's, I mean, it looks like a standard piece. It is a little bit wider, which I do like. I do like the separation of the ports more than a couple of the other ones that I actually personally own. These do light up, so like the little, you can see the little dark indents there. Those do glow blue when it actually does have power. So you will know whether or not your device is next to you or not, but you'll know if this actually has power and is actually charging or sending power to your devices. There is actually lights inside of each of these USB ports as well, so even in the pitch black of the car, if you're driving at night, you'll be able to see the port and be able to see which way the cord needs to be plugged in. If you have there are some cords you can actually purchase that can go in either way, but that way you can tell which way the USB port is lined up. But other than that, pretty small, pretty simple. Like any of these, like I said before, I didn't have any too much problems of it jutting out by itself. You know, these tend to stick pretty good, but this is a pretty firm nose on it, like a lot of these guys are. So it does, when you push it in, you can push it in, it'll come out a little bit. Obviously it can work its way loose when it's in the vehicle, and like I said, I'll show that again in my vehicle here in a second. But the design wise, this is about perfect, other than maybe now, you know, I really can't think of anything specifically that I would go design better. I've had other ones in the past that these guys grabbed onto the interior of the DC port better, but it's been a long time since I've actually found one that actually grabbed on really good, to at least on my one Jeep. My other Jeep I don't really have any issues with, but my Jeep Liberty is where I'm going to go and show you here in a second. They can work loose after I drive down the road for X amount of miles, which is normal. You know, it's just something you deal with. But yeah, let's head over to the vehicle and take a peek at it in the vehicle. I thought I'd do this in the darker scenario here. So I have the port neck. It's probably going to be hard to see, but all right. So there we go. She's glowing. You can kind of see it there. It's probably hard to see, I guess, but I can turn the lights on here. Boom. So you can see what it looks like there in the dash. But that's what the lights look like. So you can see there's the blue lights for each USB indicator, and then the actual glowing from the USB ports themselves. So I'm just going to take I have a standard Apple cable in here actually for my iPhone, which I will take, and I will plug into, well, let's say this USB one right here. And so that's what it'll look like when you actually have a USB port in there. The lights don't change, the indicators don't tell you if you're actually drawing power from it, they just tell you if it actually has power. If there was one thing that it would be kind of neat if it did, but it's nothing that's that big of a deal. So sorry that I'm shooting this by hand rather than any other way, but I don't have a tripod in my vehicle right now. So if I take my phone just to show you, let me zoom out here. Boop. Try to get it so you can actually see, but I am going to take my phone, plug it in just to show you that it is actually charging, and it will charge just fine off of this guy. No problems, like I said, whatsoever, other than maybe be kind of neat if it tells you if it was drawing power. That'd be kind of cool, but no need. Pretty awesome. So that is the intelligent quick car charger from MGCool. If you have a vehicle that you do have a problem with this, you know, staying in, because like I said, I've had a lot of these that I had a lot of issues with staying in, and you know, time will tell what this will actually do. And if it ever changes where I can't get it to stay in anymore, I will post that in the comments below. I will let you know that, or in the item description, in the video description. That's where I'll post it. But you can always, like what I've done in the past, is I just take a little like heavy sandpaper and just sandpaper these guys real quick this way, so that you kind of get some ridges, so when you push it in, it doesn't like to come out as easily. But so far I haven't had to do that with this one, so that's always a good news. And of course, as you use it, the shiny surfaces on here and the spring will wear a little bit, so things to keep in mind, because that's always items that I always look for when I look at a car charger. Is it staying put where I place it? So I will put a link directly to this guy at the top of the description. It's going to be a Google link directly to an Amazon page where you can purchase it. If you do purchase it through that link, you are supporting this show, and I appreciate it. That said, please comment, subscribe, like the video. Let me know what you think. Any comment that is directed at me, I will try to actually answer, as well as head over to social media at techgooch, as well as the techgooch.com, and check us out over there. So I want to personally say thank you for watching. Thanks you for all of my supporters out there, and I want to invite you back to the next video, because we'll always have videos, and if nothing else, I'll figure out one way or another to get another one on here. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.